A lot of people think that rehearsals are about correcting things, and that's really not the case. You bring people together. We've kind of all looked at the music. Now, there may be some mistakes here or there that we fix, but that's not really the point of the rehearsal. So sometimes you can think of the rehearsal like that game that, we used to play as kids where you told a secret to the person next to you, and that person told a secret to somebody next to them, and then it came around, it was completely different. Everybody's got their version of this music in them. So the rehearsal really is the time we have to bring everybody's version together, and it's my job to kind of mold that into a kind of vision for a piece, for an interpretation that's unified, that creates a compelling performance for the listener. That gets slower every time, and you're not changing the tempo. Let's go from M, pick up. So when I stop to discuss something in a rehearsal or point out a way of doing something, it'd be very similar to a director of a play or a movie coaching an actor about what they want to have happen in a scene. What kind of expression do they want from the actor? Then it's the actor's job to take that and apply techniques of their acting to achieve something like that. Now, all that is for the audience so that the audience members can find themselves in the music, and also they become only aware of the expression that's desired, of the expression they're receiving, and they assign meaning to that expression as it comes to them. But it has to come in such a way that we're not aware of the machinery of the music, of all the techniques. We're only aware of the expression. Well, as a conductor, really what I feel my job is to take what the composer gives me. Now, at this point, that's everything that's on paper, because I cannot pick up my cell phone and call Bach and say, hey, what were you thinking about here? I need to know. You have to fill in a lot, and that comes from experience. But the best way to describe that is a literary term called areas of indeterminacy. So when you read a book, like a Sherlock Holmes book, we assume Sherlock Holmes has 2 legs and 2 arms, even though, Doyle didn't mention that in the book, but he didn't not mention it. So we automatically fill in that area of indeterminacy to create the image of Sherlock Holmes in our mind. It's the same thing with the music. There are literally hundreds or thousands of things that we have to fill in from that one page of music with dots and lines and all kinds of articulations on it that we have to mold into what we think Bach was saying or Vivaldi was saying. But we also have to realize that these composers give us license to do that, because if they wanted to fill in every area of indeterminacy on their own, then the owner's manual for the Vivaldi Four Seasons would be, thousands of pages thick and get into like the frequencies of the notes and everything. So we have to pick all that stuff. And it's amazing how much of that is automatic. And then the important things that are vital to the individuality of the performance are those are the conscious decisions that you have to make. When you're performing and it's all coming together, and it seems effortless. The fun comes from the fact that you know how much work went into it to get it to that point, and that despite the listener's assumption that this is all happening by magic and it's effortless, it's actually happening through just the amazing dedication and intense actions of the musicians. So the fun that happens for me is when I realize that all of us on stage, it's coming together because we're being generous to our listeners.